When you're fishing up here in Wikwemikong on Manitowaning Island, because the water is so cold and the water is clear, a lot of times the trout will be really tight to the shore, especially in May. From right after ice out and going right into about the end of May on a regular year. So you can see here on the sonar that because of that, most of our trolling paths are very close to shore. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here so that you appreciate the bay that we're fishing. Okay. So just wait, it's loading for 1 sec. You can see it says Manitowaning Island. So in a second here, you're going to see some of the coloration. So where the boat is, that's literally our boat position. And this is the south end of Manitowaning Island. So it's just starting to get, there we go, we're getting into color. You can see the bay that we're fishing right here. This is zone 14 in the Ontario Fishing Regulations. So it's a very huge bay and there's water that's 89 and 90 feet deep. But you can see that on my left side of the screen, because there's something where you can split the screen and make it same size or make one side bigger or smaller. We're in 15 feet of water, and I'm just going to keep zooming in so that you can see the detail of where we've been trolling here. See how close we've been trolling to the shore? Now what I've done, I programmed this sonar so that the 16-foot mark right out here is the first green shade, and then of course the next green shade is the darker in here. So see our trolling pattern is right along the edge here. So I'm following the track and the depth contours, but also I'm looking at the bottom. So this is just vegetation. We're not really marking the rainbows because they're moving in and out and just whacking our lures. But what we're doing is just trying to stay on this profile right on the edge, the break. So we're trying to keep our speed from about 2 to 2.7 miles per hour. So every once in a while, because we have 115 horsepower four-stroke, I move it in and out of neutral. See, right now we're going about 2.1 and that wind is really howling. So as soon as it kicks in, we'll be up to about 2.7. So I got to put it in neutral again. Now the speed's going to drop down again. Perfect. So a lot of people email me on our website at Ask Italo and say, you know, I've got a big motor, can I still troll or do I have to get a kicker? Well, I tell them I troll with as big a motor as a 200 horsepower Yamaha. So now you can appreciate how really helpful having good electronics, like having a good Humminbird sonar is, and being able to see where you are on the actual water and having a hydrographic chart so you can follow the trail, the contour lines, and also knowing the exact depth. And of course, it helps to have a nice, comfortable boat. That way you can concentrate your fishing and catch more fish. You know, this is amazing. It's 3:30 in the afternoon, and we're the 11th of May, and we're getting these beautiful rainbow trout. Barb, isn't this neat?
It is awesome.
I had heard about this fishing on Manitowaning Island, but I didn't realize it was this good, that you can actually get fish all day long, just flat lining in like 10 to 15 feet of water, and catching rainbows up to almost 10 pounds. And I know of people that have come up here and caught some fish over 20 pounds. But the nice thing is they're so plentiful that you can get literally your limit of fish to take home to eat. And they are delicious. What I'm trying to do is hold my rod tip nice and high. You know, a lot of people ask me through our website and Ask Italo, what kind of line should I be using? Because of all these new super lines that are on the market, especially the braids. And I tell people that if you're fishing for fish like walleye, bass, pike, muskie, the braids are excellent to use. But if you're fishing for fish that like to jump out of the water and that sometimes are line shy and you're using a flexible rod, you really should be using monofilament. So for this kind of flatline trolling, you know, we've got 200 to 400 yards or feet of line out. It's very important to use a line that's got stretch. Now let's see if this guy's going to jump. Oh, he's right here, Barb.
Yeah,
look.
I see him.
That fish jumped about a dozen times, Barb. Look at gorgeous rainbow.
Energy.
Yeah, nice and silver. Yes, Barbara, you got it.
Look at the energy.
Nice net job.
Yes.
Gorgeous fish. Okay, well, you hold it over the side, Barb. Okay, Barb, if you want to swing the net over.
Okay.
Good. It's rolled up in that lure, but hopefully it'll come out. Perfect eating size, Barb. That rainbow will go about 3.5 pounds. And it's such a beautiful, bright fish. You know, it actually fits right in with the nice landscape here. because it's still early May, you can see the trees don't have leaves on them, and just some of them are starting to bud. The birch. You can see how bright these fish are. Just gorgeous.